Hello, my friends. There's a lot going on with Deepseek and NVIDIA still. I'm going to update from yesterday. Today is January 28th, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what I've done. I put out an article in my own online community called the Super Intelligent AI Network, and I'm just going to show you what the article is and who I use. Nobody knows as much as all of us knows. I'm going to show you who I trust, including a desktop language learning model test run by Spaceport, which is really interesting and will give you more insight. There's many walks of life watching my videos and others, including beginners, intermediate, and people who actually test these models in a way that's way more advanced than what I can personally do. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're kind of watching and who we're watching in the space. Now, who I'm watching, this article is called, Is Deepseek R1 LLM Actually AGI in Your Garage, and is NVIDIA Stock Crash a PSYOP? Okay, here's where I weigh in on it, but I want to talk to you about, this is great, the Microsoft engineer. You can read about his stuff, and he explains why he thinks DeepSeek is definitely a beginning of a revolution. That's the general consensus. Always look at Nate's stuff as well. He's a very experienced AI product developer, and he has insights that are different than anyone else as a product developer. I'd say that mine is pretty closely aligned to his. I'm less of an engineer and more product development. And here's another great one. This is Digital Spaceport. You can actually look him up online. You don't have to go to this article and watch it, but you can actually see him fully test. And the real question is, you can watch his entire testing environment, and a lot of geeks are going to go and look at what's going on with him, okay? Because he does the hardcore testing. And the answer is no, it is not AGI in our garage. There's things that are really slow. And you can also look at with Nate also points out that, look, and that's what I pointed out last night, the crashes are not just because they're being hacked. I mean, guys, you can always say that you're being hacked and there's a DOS attack, and I'm sure that there is a lot of that going on, but really what you're dealing with is huge numbers of users coming online. And then when you actually test these with certain kinds of prompts and queries for AGI and speed and parameters, not going through the cloud, but operating it on your desktop, and this is complicated. So if you're not technical, only watch this for the results. There's lots of guys like this. It's definitely not AGI on our computer, all right? So I understand why NVIDIA responded the way that they did, but I would also put a shout out to Liz, who originally said she's a hardcore Python and AI developer. And she basically said that people investing in the stock market, they don't really understand the environment. So they're not betting on NVIDIA failing or succeeding. They're just following really quick instant numbers. So Mark Andreessen can say something and everybody will respond to that. So this is really kind of interesting. Technically, it's not anything that I would write home about, but it basically sent shockwaves because people are struggling with this idea of going through the cloud or coming down to the desktop. And basically, think of it like this: artificial general intelligence in your garage, meaning independent on your own model. This is not that. But with all of that said, I'll add the paper from DeepSeek. They really have added a lot of incredible innovation in order to be more resourceful and use these, I think it's H500 chips and a variety of other things that they're using for NVIDIA. But think about this, guys. You got to think about it. NVIDIA is the one who gave them those chips, and they reserved all the ones for the United States that are better. They can't have not known the possible reaction in the market, okay? Sometimes you take a hit to introduce a boom. Sometimes you'll, sacrifice pieces on the chessboard in order to win the game, okay? I just let you know that, as some of you noticed, I had another video out last night that I put in my archives. There's a lot going on here. Guys, a lot of these moves are well orchestrated. DeepSeek is interesting, but it is basically not an OpenAI killer or an NVIDIA killer. In fact, quite the opposite. So anyway, enjoy that article, and I'll talk to you all later. Thanks.